Lake Ballina.
And what sort of threat does it pose? Is it more than just individual pilots? Could it extend to the risk to commercial flights too?
Oh no, it's airline pilots, that's the problem. I mean, at Ayers Rock not so long ago, one of the Qantas planes taxied out and took off completely on the wrong frequency. So if another plane had come in and landed when you have the sun low, you get a terrible accident on the runway, which is relatively common. In Bundaberg a number of years ago, 2 professional pilots were in cloud doing an instrument approach, and one didn't know the other one was there. So that's the type of ridiculous danger you get. Whereas if you say copy the North American system, every airport has a radio operator there who confirms the radio's working, gives the weather and talks about what other traffic is taxiing around on the airport. Basic common sense, isn't it?
Well, flying blind is effectively what it is, but why is this the case? As you say, it's operational in the US and in Canada. It beggars belief.
Yep. It's an incredibly weak minister. Warren Truss has never come up to speed. I've been talking to him about this for 10 years. Now, luckily, because the Australian newspaper has been running this on the front page, at last we've got the Civil Aviation Safety Authority, who used to prohibit anyone from giving this service to protect their air traffic controller mates. They've now changed their view, and they're going to change the rule, but they're going to give dispensations. But now we need to get Sir Angus Houston. I mean, he's a knight of the realm. He's got to show some leadership. His organisation makes profits. Can you imagine this? Whereas the Act says, they run the firefighting service, says they have to give priority to safety. But they've already refused to allow the firefighters to do a simple bit of training and operate the radio to improve safety at all of these airports.
So is it just a matter of demarcation?
Well, yes, it's sort of protecting each other's bailiwick. Of course, the air traffic controllers would like to have an air traffic control tower, and that's better. I'd far prefer a tower, but it's incredibly expensive. So where you can't afford a tower in a smaller town like Ballina, surely if there's 17 firefighters sitting there and they have a tower, they actually have a radio, but they're not allowed to use it. These are very professional people. The firefighters are great. Ballina is a very well-run airport, but the council is not allowed to run the radio service. It's utterly ridiculous.
And you've said that Deputy PM Warren Truss, who you've attacked this morning, but you say that he should resign if he doesn't fix this problem. Has he responded to you?
No, of course he says nothing because the media allows him to get away. The media ring me up about aviation safety and I say, look, I'm no longer involved, ring the minister. They don't even know who the minister is. So you have someone who's Deputy Prime Minister, he has no view on anything in aviation, even though he's either been the Minister or Shadow Minister for 10 years. So that's the type of neglect you get. It ends up with an accident, then you have a Royal Commission, 100 people are dead. I mean, what's the use of having a firefighting station there to pull the bodies out of a burning plane when you don't have a radio operator or, in fact, use the radar to prevent the accident in the first place?
Yeah, well, you're a passionate advocate. It makes a lot of sense to me, and let's hope that you can actually bring about some change on this. Dick Smith, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Deb. Thank you.
Yeah.
Makes you think about flying, doesn't it, Deb? All right, now the FIFA corruption scandal continues to unfold, but how does it